You've probably heard me say this before, but the sniper rifle is one of the best weapons in TF2. It can one-shot every class in the game if you get a headshot and it's fully charged. And if that isn't enough for you, then it can also do 150 damage with a body shot. That's enough to kill Scout, Engineer and Medic. And most of Sniper's primaries don't even come close to that. You've got the Hitman's Heatmaker that can only do 120 to the body, the Muckiner which can only be fired when zoomed in, the bows which are pretty hard to aim at long range, the Sydney Sleeper which can only mini crit when you headshot someone, and the Classic which can only headshot when fully charged. I'm not saying these weapons are bad, I'm just saying they aren't as good as stock. However, there is one exception to this, and that is the Bizarre Bargain. And why is this so good? Well, each scoped headshot kill will increase the charge from 25% to 200%. This means the more headshot kills you have, the faster the charge time will be, which basically means you can deal more damage faster. However, there is one drawback. The Bizarre Bargain takes 6.3 seconds to charge. That means it takes 4 seconds to fully charge, compared to stock which takes 3.3 seconds to charge. And that's quite a big difference, because that's enough time for an enemy sniper to kill you. So this is what we would call a snowball weapon, because it rewards you for getting kills. And because it's a snowball weapon, it means you have to be really good at headshots. And I think headshots are quite hard. I mean, it depends on the class. Heavy is quite easy to get a headshot, but you have to be fully charged to kill him, or near fully charged. But Scout, on the other hand, has a small head and he's really fast, which makes it really challenging to headshot him. And remember, every single time you die, you lose all your headshots, meaning you have to start back at a minus 50% charge rate. And in order to get your charge rate back, you need to be consistent at getting headshots. And like I've said before, if you've ever tried to play Sniper, headshots are really hard. You have to hit a really small hitbox, with the exception of Heavy because he's really slow and has a lot of health, which means he's really easy to hit. But here's a few tips if you want to get better at sniping. Keep your crosshair around the head so you can wait for the right time to shoot it. If they're moving quite rapidly, then you can just wait for the right time to shoot them by keeping your crosshair near their head. But for scouts and soldiers rocket jumping, you can try and flick them. However, this is quite difficult to pull off, because you have to predict where they're going to be, and flick your mouse really fast towards their head. And this doesn't always end up going your way. If you're like me and you suck at sniping, you're probably gonna miss 50% of the time, which means you'll probably end up dying and losing all those headshots you gained. So now let's get into some combinations you could use with this weapon. Personally, my go-to is the Razorback and the stock melee. This is personally because I hate spies and the Razorback can block a single backstab, so you don't have to worry about those pesky backstabs. And I chose the stock melee because I really do think that is the best option. I know there's the Shahansha or however you pronounce that, but I really don't think that's as good as stock, because you have to be below 50% of your health for it to actually do more damage. And if you're that vulnerable, the extra damage doesn't really matter because you can just be killed really easily. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and like.